Greetings everyone, and welcome. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. If you're back and you come often, thank you and welcome back. I'm Lady Starfire, and today I'm going to bring you some more witchy tips. So today what I want to talk about is people that are new, okay? Maybe you've just discovered this path and you're trying to learn and you're trying to figure things out and don't really know where to start. Or maybe you've been trying to do things and you've been watching some videos and you've been doing this and maybe you talked to that person or this person or you grabbed a book or something, okay? But you maybe still feel lost or you're not sure if you're doing things right or sure that you understand everything, okay? So I'm going to try to give you some basics to go by, all right, and see what we can do to maybe help you with the direction, all right? Yep, I got me some notes here because I'll make sure I don't forget anything for you. So, first of all, a beginner witch. Don't let people put you down by calling you a baby witch or say that, well, you're just a baby witch, so you don't deserve to know this or don't deserve to know that or any of that other garbage, okay? A newbie, a beginner witch, whatever, okay, is somebody that is trying to learn, all right? We were all there, all right? I don't know too many people these days that were just born knowing it all, okay? So don't let people put you down. Don't let people shove you in a little box, you know, or anything else. Everybody deserves the knowledge, and that's why I'm here, because this is why I make these videos, is just for you, okay? So, if you're learning now, okay, if you consider this the start of your learning, then I call you a neophyte. A neophyte is a witch in training, okay? So, one of the most important things is you need to know your basics, okay? Now, you know, I have written 3 books, and I did do a video about them a while back, but the first one's called Wicca for the Wise Witch, and it's not about Wicca, okay? Now, if you're Wiccan, you think you want to be Wiccan, it's fine. It works for you. If you want to be any other path, it still works for you. It's just basics, okay? When I first wrote it, Wicca was what everybody still recognized was not satanic. So, and it's been out too long to change the name or anything else. So there it is. But it's a whole book on a lot of your basics. Okay. And even once you learn, it makes a good reference book. So, but I'm not here to sell my book, but I just wanted to let you know that there are some good books out there that help teach a lot of these things, but you need to know your basics. Okay. You've got to understand about what is a witch, what is witchcraft, okay? Did a video on that too, the difference, okay? A witch is, all right, and knowing your basics. All right, what are basics? Basics of being a witch, witchcraft, 2 different things. A witch is a wise one. It's someone that a lot of people like to use the term. All right, I like it myself. And to me, it simply says that you are a person who cares for the earth and does things natural ways, and that we use items and energies to obtain a goal. Now, technically using those is witchcraft, okay? A lot of people think witchcraft itself is all bad. It's all black magic. It's not. You know, witch is a noun, witchcraft is a verb, okay? Witchcraft is the actual action of, I'm lighting this candle for this intent, okay? There it is. But know all your basics of things, okay? You know, and yeah, there's a lot of basics out there, but just some basic things. You need to know and understand what to expect. All right. What is the outcome when I light this candle that I charged? You know, what are the possible pitfalls in doing this? Okay. You know, what do I need to look out for? Like, and it harm none. All right. When we're doing money things, there's a lot of these types of things that you need to know and understand. All right. You need to do your research. You're not just going to know all of it. Even if you bought all 3 of my books, you're going to know a lot at the end of a year, because that's how long it takes for my class book, if you're going to do it as classes. You're going to know a lot, but you're still not going to know it all. Okay. And that book only moves you from neophyte to a first degree priest or priestess. So, it's a lifelong thing of learning and researching. I've been doing this for 50 years, and I still learn new things every day. And that's what I love about it. I love learning. If you don't love learning, you don't want to be a witch. Okay? Just go do something else, because you're not going to do it. You're not going to be able to do it, because you can't just go poof and it happens. Okay? We're not like bewitched. We can twitch our nose and things appear. Okay? It takes work, and it takes energy, and it takes focus and direction and all these things. Okay? These people that try to put it out there like it's some easy something that I can just go, well, I just do this and poof and everything happens for me. Well, if that's happening, then you're probably working with demons, and you got this big ass price to pay later. And that's a whole nother story. So we're not even going to go there. That's another direction. So, all right. Not only do you need to research, you need to cross-reference your research, because different people do things different. It's like I use the color green or maybe gold for money, prosperity stuff. I use blue for healing. There are other people that use green for healing. Okay? Are they wrong? No, they're not. It's whatever tradition they follow, maybe whatever coven they belong to, or how they were taught. Okay? And that's okay. All right? There's just not a right and wrong about a lot of things. It's like people go, black candles are bad because they're used to hex people. Well, they're also used to remove negativity. If all I've got is a white candle and I need to kick your butt, I can charge that candle, and it don't matter what color it is. Yes, color associations add to, but I can look at that white candle and go, you're black. Okay? So, but, cross-reference things and see what feels right to you. When you look at a certain color, what does that mean to you? All right? But you still want to check things. If you get a hold of a spell that you're wanting to do, which as a beginner you should not be doing just yet, okay? If you got this spell and it's saying to use these herbs and these oils, go look them up. Make sure they're actually for that purpose, because, somebody might have just been being a jerk and writing stuff down. Maybe it's all they had and they know how to go, okay, you now have this energy or something, okay? So, but, check it all out. Don't just accept other people's opinions or words for things. Check multiple sources, okay? Give yourself time, all right? It takes time. You're not going to decide today that I want to be a witch or I am a witch, and tomorrow know how to do full rituals and cast spells and whatever, okay? It's not going to happen. It's kind of like there are a few out there, but most people are not going to start first grade today and next week graduate 12th grade. It just doesn't happen. It's going to take 12 years, at least, for the average person, okay? So know that this is a lifelong commitment. That you're not going to learn it all out of reading one book or watching one video or even 10 videos and 10 books, okay? It's going to take time, and it takes practice, and it takes trial and error, all right? You have to start off small. It's like a baby. They learn to crawl, then they learn to walk, and then they run, okay? So it's the same thing with us. We have to start off here, and we get this, and we get this. I mean, like I said, I've been studying for 50 years. And I still learn new things, okay? So I'm ever evolving and adding new knowledge, and find out about a new herb that I never heard of, or a stone I never heard of, and all sorts of things. And I get that wow every time, and that's what you got to be. It can't be, oh God, I got to go read another book, or I got to watch another video, or I got to do this. Don't bother, okay? You're going to be that kind of a lazy witch, just don't bother. You need to be able to go, wow, I got this new book. I can't wait to see what I can learn from it. And have your notebook over here and take notes, okay? When you're reading this book, or you're watching a video or anything, take notes of what you're learning from it, so that you've got that to look back to. That way, you go, oh, what was that? There was that thing that was really important. Oh, I got to hear my notes instead of having to go back and read half the book to find it. Okay? Have your notes of what you're trying to retain. All right? You retain it better. I'm reading it and I write it. Read it out loud. You're also hearing it and you retain it even better. Okay? Every witch is different. All right? It's like I don't remember what video way back when I told y'all that, and I teach this in my classes, that there are as many kinds of witches as there are people, okay? Because you develop your own path. I tell you all the time, don't let anybody put you in a box, okay? Because you're going to develop your own path. You're going to meet different people that do things differently, and you're going to go, oh, I kind of like that. I'm going to add that in over here. And then, but I'm not crazy about that part. I think I'll leave that alone, okay? And then you meet this one, and you learn a little bit of something from them, and and you just kind of keep pulling it in. Now, some of you will meet somebody and fall, and end up taking classes, join a coven, or whatever other group, and follow that path. Now, that being said, and I've got some people out there that will probably get really mad at me for saying this. I did do a video about this, but I'm going to say it here. That just because you are part of a coven, and they say within the coven, we have to do it like this. Okay? My opinion, now like I said, there's some people out there that may disagree with me on this, and that is perfectly okay, but I'm still going to say this. Within the coven, you have to do it that way. And when you're learning, when you're in training, do it the way they say do it only, okay? But once you know what you're doing, and you're, time has passed and all that kind of stuff, you're not classes anymore, and you learn something else that you want to incorporate in your personal solitaire practice, it's okay. Okay? I don't care I really don't care what any of them say. There are traditions out there that are very strict about all their stuff, and, you can only do this and you can only do that. But I disagree with that, because we're all individuals. And no matter what path we're walking, what group we belong to, coven or otherwise, as a person, we're also solitaire, okay? And we have a right to build our own personal path. As long as it's not something that is like totally the opposite, okay? So, all right. So you belong to this coven. It's all about love and light. You can't go over here and work with a demon and that be okay. That's, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm just saying that within the coven, you work with this deity, but you feel a real draw to this one over here. It's okay for you in your personal life to go over here and work with this deity. Or it's okay for you to use a blue candle for healing instead of a green one, because that's what they do, okay? This is the type of thing I'm talking about. Now, let's just say you work with another deity. It's not okay to call in that deity within a circle of the coven. when they work with a different one. Okay, that's not okay unless, you know, they give you permission to personally have it, which they're not going to as a general rule, unless it's an eclectic coven. So, you know, just don't let people push you down on that. Okay, it's just really important. I'm going to also make another video on a lot of the different types of witches. Once again, it's a box thing, but a lot of people always want to know what all types of witches are out there. I'll do a video on it. Just give me a minute, okay? So deities, you know, which I just spoke about, is another thing. You don't have to rush out and choose a deity. A lot of times they choose you, all right? You know, now if you feel real drawn to a certain path, like the Norse path, okay, then you're most likely going to work with gods and goddesses within that Norse path. Same thing with Celtic or Egyptian or, you know, Greek or whatever, okay? So what, you know, if you're real drawn to that path, you know, that pantheon and stuff, then you're going to end up choosing those deities. Learn about them, okay? Read about each of them and see who you feel like you connect with. Maybe do a meditation and ask for them to choose you, all right? So, but that's not something you rush out and do, all right? That is not a, oh, first week of my being a witch, I've got to choose, you know, a god and goddess. No, you don't. You can simply use Lord and Lady, God and Goddess, Father, Son, Mother Earth, you know, whatever, okay? It does not matter. You go with what feels right to you. Some people use Mom and Dad, okay, or Mother, Father. It's okay, all right? Because once again, it's not something you have to run out and do. And while I'm on the deity thing, when people first come to pagan life from Christianity, you know, they've had so much dogma of God, 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 he, God, 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 so they don't even want to use the word God. Everything is goddess. Okay, well, now you're still just as out of balance as you were as a Christian with the male-only version of God, okay? We all need balance, all right? So we have goddess and we have God, all right? Whatever names you want to place to them is okay, you know, all right? Choose. It doesn't matter. You know, whatever feels right to you. But you need that masculine, feminine balance. You know, being out of balance will mess up your magic worse than anything, okay? So don't let yourself fall into that. I am so tired of Christianity. I want nothing to do with the male god. It all has to be goddess. No. You know, it's just going to keep you out of balance just to the other extreme, okay? So, you know, take your time with this, research, see what feels right, okay? Don't think you have to rush out and buy everything too, all right? Yes, we all have our tools. I have an old video on magical tools. I may try to do a new updated one. But, you know, yes, there are things that we need to practice. Well, for one, until you know how to cast a circle, you don't necessarily have to have certain things right now, all right? Besides that, we got anatomy everywhere we go, okay? Does it make you feel as witchy using this as having anatomy? No, of course it doesn't. Just like a robe and all these other things. So there are certain things that, yeah, you need to have, but you don't have to run out and spend $1,000 trying to buy everything right now. You want to start off? Get you a black and a white candle or a gold and a silver for your god and goddess. Okay? Need candle holders, of course. You can use any kind of knife in the beginning. You know, a bowl for your water. You know, you need your like little cast iron cauldron or something, or, you know, something that your incense goes in. You know, there are certain things that you need, but you don't have to run out and buy the most expensive right off the bat, okay? Find them over time, all right? I do kind of warn against maybe buying some of the things at garage sales. You're going to have to cleanse it really good. And if you don't already have the stuff to cleanse it with, now you got a problem, okay? Do not take from the kitchen unless it's something you don't ever need in the kitchen again, because once it's a magical tool, always a magical tool, it can never be returned to the kitchen, okay? So, go find the things that you need, all right? Like I said, way back, probably last January, February of 2023, I made a video on magical tools. Might have been March, somewhere in there. Just search for it. You'll find it. But it gives you your basics of the tools that you need, okay? And like I said, I'm going to try to do some updated ones because I used Zoom back then and my computer, and they're not as great. So I'm trying to do better. All right, so next, deals with your tools, okay? So also understand that your tools is not the source of your power. So yet again, that's another reason that you don't have to run out and buy them. I don't have to have a wand to be able to, direct energy. It's not like Harry Potter, okay, where each of those wands had their own magical powers. It's not that way, okay? A wand is like an athame. It is something that is used as an extension of you to direct energy, okay? So, yes, the wood has its own properties, but it's not, like I said, it's not like Harry Potter where each one does something a little different, okay? So, yeah, no. So, they're not the source of your power. So, yes, do you need the tools eventually? Yes, you do need them. But it's not, you don't have to run out tomorrow and go buy them, okay? And not today either. All right, so when there's something that you feel like you need to do or somebody tells you to do, ask why. You need to know and deserve to know the reason that I need to do XYZ. Or why do I need to use these herbs? Why do I need to use sea salt and water? And why is sandalwood better in the sea salt and the incense? And why do we do this and why do it? Okay? It's just like I say, use a white and black candle for the god and the goddess. Some people might want to use red and black or red and white. It doesn't matter. Whatever feels right to you, as long as you have something to represent each one, okay? There's your reason on that, but always ask why. Always. If it's a spell that you're looking at, ask why are these the ingredients? Why do I need to do it at this time? Why this? Why that? And if there's not somebody to tell you, look it up. Go back up here, do your research. Don't just go, oh, I've got this spell, let me go do this, okay? It's just going to get you in trouble. Take it from experience, okay? Been there, done that. Don't, all right? So, follow your instincts, all right? If your gut says, well, this spell right here calls for a yellow candle, and I don't know, man, I got yellow candles over there, but it just don't feel right. I really feel more like I need to be using a pink candle. Use the pink candle. Listen to your gut. Number one, you're making it your own. Number two, that person's color correspondence may be different from yours. Okay? It's kind of like reading tarot. It doesn't really matter what the book says. What matters is what you see, hear, feel, everything when you look at that card. Okay? So follow your gut, your instincts. All right? I don't know how many times I have gone to reach for a certain thing and all of a sudden it's like, oh, no, I need that one. Okay? Sometimes there are certain herbs, certain oils that I use specifically in certain things, okay, certain spells, certain candles, whatever. And I'll go, to make the same thing that I always do, and I'm reaching for something else. I'm like, why am I okay, somebody wants me to put it in there. Now, in the early days, I would go look it up and see what that particular thing was for, so that maybe maybe it's just something I didn't know was used. I'm at a point now that I listen to my guides. My guides is, that they are my instinct. So if I'm reaching for this, there's a reason. I'll usually go look it up after, because if it's something that I'm not familiar with using for that particular thing, I'll go look up the properties and go, oh, you can use that oil for that too. I've gotten set in my ways and didn't remember. Okay. So it's okay, but just listen to that gut. All right. And follow it and write it down. When you make that change, go, okay, I used a pink here, and it worked really well. Okay. So don't let yourself get forced into anything. Okay. If, say, you get invited to some group circle, number one, you should always ask a lot of questions before you ever go. Okay. Do they sacrifice things? Is it sky clad? Those who don't know what sky clad is, it means naked. Okay. So, are there particulars about different things? Okay. Is there anything that's not okay for me to wear or whatever? Always know ahead of time. I had a lady come to one of our Temple of Ancient One circles. First time ever there, came in circle. After circle, I always ask new people, do you have questions about anything we do or whatever? And she was like, no, I'm just glad to know that y'all didn't sacrifice anything. Yeah, that's pretty much the look I gave her too. And I said, you should have asked that before going in circle, because being the new person, you could have been the sacrifice if that's what we did. Okay. So yes, you want to ask questions first, because otherwise you may get there and all of a sudden everybody's getting naked and you're like, I'm out. Okay. And that's okay. It is perfectly okay to say, I'm sorry, I should have asked first, but I'm not comfortable with this, so I'm going to leave now. Okay. Bye. Don't ever let anybody force you. If anybody ever says that you got to drink this, or you got to take this pill, or you got to smoke this, or anything, okay? Number one, most of that stuff doesn't belong in circle, okay? Number two, if it is something you want to do, no thank you. And if it's a must to be there, I ain't going to be there. Thanks for the invite, but no thank you, I'm gone. No harm, no foul, but I'm out of here. But this is why you want to ask questions first, so that you don't find yourself in one of those positions and not wanting to appear stuck up or this or too good or whatever by saying no. Okay. So when you get that invite, ask questions. If they don't want to answer them, don't go. Now, I can understand there's certain things they may not want to divulge, but if they're inviting somebody that's not actually part of the group, they shouldn't have a problem with you knowing maybe what god and goddess they call on, whether they're robed, sky-clad, street clothes, whether there's drugs, alcohol, anything involved, okay? It's okay to ask. And if they get offended, they probably have something to hide anyway, so just, walk away. Just walk away. It's okay. It is really, really okay. It's better to be safe than sorry, okay? That is not a time that it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. No, we ask first, all right? Be realistic in your goals. So like I talked about earlier, you're not going to know it all right off the bat, okay? Just not going to happen. So when you're going into this, be realistic. It's kind of like starting college and you got 4 years to get your degree. You accepted that when you enrolled in college. Okay? So now, and there's going to be homework. You're going to have to study. You're going to have to research. You're going to have to memorize. You're going to have to do all of these things. Okay, when you signed up for college. This is no different. All right. The only difference here is this is going to be a lifelong thing. All right. It's, you may have certain degrees at the end of 4 years, but you're going to continue to learn because this is a way of life. Okay. It's not something you do. It's not a career choice like going to college. It's a way of life from now on. Okay. So be realistic when you're setting your goals and knowing what you're going to do. Okay. That's just the best thing I can tell you. One of the things that is going to help you a lot in your workings is meditation. If you don't know how to meditate, you need to learn. I do have a couple videos on it and plan on doing some more guided meditations. But you need to learn how to meditate to get rid of your monkey mind. And you have to be able to visualize. Okay? Now, granted, not everybody can, if I say, see a red ball, close their eyes and see a red ball. All right? But you can still find a way to visualize. Because when you're charging something, okay, remember, charging, we need to see it happening. Okay? That's part of it. So even if you don't see, okay, like I see this here, but I can close my eyes and I can still see it there, okay? You tell yourself you see it. It works, okay? It's okay. It really is. Not everybody sees in color when they're trying to learn to visualize. So you are, I have this candle and it's blue and it's for healing and I'm putting all this healing energy into it, okay? You make it be there, all right? Over time, visualization will become easier, all right? Especially with meditation. The more meditation you do, because you need to see colors, you need to see energy, you need to see these things that pull you down. Can you do it without it? Yes, but it's easier if you can see it. So even if you don't see it, think about what a red ball looks like, or an apple, or whatever, and an orange. And, so think about what that looks like, and that helps up in here to see that color. Even if you're not feeling like with your eyes closed, you're seeing it, you know what it looks like. And so you're triggering that memory. You can even take and have things there to stare at and get it really close to your eyes. So now that's all you're seeing is that color, and you close your eyes and it's there. Okay. There's all kinds of exercises to get yourself there. Okay. But visualization is a, kind of a must really in really trying to make things happen, because the universe gives us back what we say, okay, and what we see. So when we're trying to make something happen, manifest, because people don't like that word, sorry, I don't have a better one yet, make it happen, is you have to put it out there and you see it happening. So therefore those energies are going forth. Okay. I have a nice big check that I wasn't expecting that just appeared, that I get the deposit in my bank. Okay. Poof, and I see this. Okay. I see the deposit slip filled out and I see it going into my bank account, my balance going up, whatever. Okay. And it harmed none with money, right? Okay. So, but seeing this is what adds to making it happen. So your visualization is really important. Meditation calms your mind and aids in focusing. Okay. Meditation puts you into an alpha state. The alpha state is where magic happens. Okay. That's why in circle you have all right, so this is out here. This is ground, all right? Circle covers all of this, part of this, okay? So therefore, when you're sending the magic out, it doesn't have to like get through all these barriers because your circle is already incorporating part of this out there. So it's already in there and then out and gone to wherever it's supposed to go. Okay, I hope that makes more sense. So these are all things that you need to know. Okay, now if you're new, click the like. If you're not new, click the like and hit that subscribe and share it for me. Okay, and leave me a comment. Let me know if this makes sense to you. Let me know if there's something else that you need me to help you with. Okay, that's what I'm here for. All right. Don't be clicking off just because I'm talking about the outro type things, all right? Finish this out because you never know what I might say at the end, all right? So, but remember, I'm here to help y'all, all right? That is my goal. I take my time out to make these videos to teach you because everybody doesn't walk into my store for me to help. So this is how I reach people, all right? So, this is what I'm doing. This is why I do it. I do it for you. I don't do this for me. You know, granted, yeah, if I get to a point and get monetized, yeah, it may help me a bit. And those of you that have bought me coffee in the past has helped, you know, because I have to buy new cameras and new lights and microphones and all of that kind of stuff. So, yeah, all that little bit of stuff does help later. But I've spent this year making a lot of videos to help you, to give you guidance, and to try to cut through some of the BS that is out there that you're getting inundated with. Okay? So, leave me a comment. Let me know that you watched till now. Pop me a purple heart or say the word purple or whatever. You know it's my favorite color. So, pop me something down there just to let me know that you watched it all the way through till now. All right? So, anyway, thank you guys. You know I love you. And I wish you all the best. And for all you new people, okay, new witches out there, quit letting people call you a baby witch because you know what? You're not. You're learning. You just watched this whole video, which you are now a neophyte because you're learning if you weren't already a neophyte, okay? So don't let people put you down. Don't let them put you in a box, okay? We're all learning. We're all growing. And I'm here to help you. Whether you're new or you've been around for a while, you just need to learn something new. So, or maybe just a different way, all right? So, till the next time, guys, just remember, hey, I love you, all right? Blessed be.